I've also been thinking about this because this is some pretty cool stuff, right? So big up Fold, the premier club over here in London. Big up Fold. Fold have announced recently their 100th unfold is going to be happening very soon, specifically on the 28th of May, right? And if you're not aware, Fold is one of the best nightclubs here in London. It opened, what, in the last 6, 7 years or something? I don't know how long it's been. I went to one of their first parties when they first ever opened. I had a fucking blast. It was billed as like the first 24-hour club in London. That didn't really transpire. They do have 24 hours parties from time to time, but it's not fully 24 hours, but it's still one of the only clubs that's open till 6. It has great programming, mostly techno, some of the best promoters putting on parties there. And in general, they take a really Berlin-esque approach to the club in terms of no pictures, in terms of door picking, all that good shit, right? That we love. So it's one of the best places you can kind of go to club here in London. But over the years, me personally, I've got kind of bored of the club. Not because it's bad, but because I also get bored very quickly and I want to have new things. But a part of me also kind of resented the fact that there's only one good club in London. Maybe 2 with Venue MOT, maybe 3 with Colour Factory, maybe 4 with fucking what's it called, the Yard or something. There's not that many great clubs. There's great promoters, but there's not a lot of great clubs. So I just got bored of it. And if I'm being honest too, I got kind of bored of the scene, the people that go there who've turned it all into their personality. You know, the people that turn techno into their personality, clubbing into their personality. I fucking abhor. I abhor all that sort of stuff. But I guess what I was really kind of lacking, or what was really kind of making me not want to go anymore, was there wasn't really that much of the exciting, lineups. It was all it felt like all kind of the same type of techno, the same type of DJs playing. And one of the things that used to kind of irk me a little bit deep down inside, was the fact that there weren't a lot of black DJs playing, or a lot of, like, let's say non-white DJs playing, which shouldn't really matter, really. It shouldn't really be a thing because I'm not really a race card type of person. I don't really believe in affirmative action, to be completely honest. I'm more of a, get things on merit, not by, whatever all that stuff is. But, when you go to a club and you see the dance floor is incredibly diverse and there's like a smorgasbord, United Colors of Benetton type of thing on the dance floor, but you're not seeing that reflected on a DJ booth, it can be a little bit unsettling. Maybe it's part of my own kind of entitlement or whatever, because I feel like I should be playing there. I don't know what it is, but in general, in clubs in general in London, I just felt like there's a lack of that, right? You see everyone else playing, but you don't really see a lot of people that look like me. And it's weird because on the dance floor, I feel like nowadays there's way more non-white people on the dance floor than ever before. When I used to go to clubs back in the day, especially in London, I was definitely one of only a few people that would be going to these techno nights. Now I feel like I'm one of many black people and others and brown people and shit. So it was really good to see that Fold announced here that on the 13th of April, one of their up and coming unfolds, which is on Sundays, its unfold is their like in-house event that they put on from 12 to 12 on a Sunday, which is kind of like one of the sickest parties they put on. I've never actually been to one, but everyone always says it's fucking amazing, so I really want to go check it out for the first time on the 13th of April. Well, Fold have announced that they're going to be collaborating with the Black Artist Database for that programming. So this is going to be the first time ever, I think, in their history probably, and probably in a lot of clubs history, where they're going to have a full program, a full lineup of black DJs playing, which is fucking sick personally, right? I can't wait to see it. But as happy as I am to see it, I was thinking to myself, like, is that even necessary? Because I guess I'm doubting it, because I had this idea myself, which I've discussed with a bunch of people, and I think I've discussed it here on stream a couple of times, that I wanted to do my own party where I kind of had that kind of idea in terms of like, hey, let's put on a party and have the lineup just be made up of, for lack of a better term, POCs, right? People of color. And the idea behind it was just to kind of, just freshen shit up a bit. But then I thought to myself, meh, I'd rather do it genre wise. So most likely the next party I put on will probably be more house vibes, as opposed to do it based on race and shit. It's a bit dumb. And I also thought to myself, whilst I was thinking about this and mulling this over, I wonder if we're now at this place where we're at now in London, where I feel like we have some of the best promoters, best club nights in a long time. Like, we have such a good selection of club nights, sorry, despite the clubbing scene not being that great. despite their record numbers of clubs closing, I feel like we have some of the best promoters we've ever had in a long time now. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of the promoters that do parties here are now being invited to festivals and other clubs overseas. Folders doing nights in that fucking legendary Georgian club. In Tbilisi called Basayani. They're doing a lot of stuff over there. So clearly, and there's loads of other nights in London doing club nights in Berlin and shit, and Amsterdam, which is a good validation for what we're doing over here. So I'm thinking to myself, like, I wonder if it's necessary to have lineups that are black focused or predominantly black or whatever it may be. Maybe the reason why we're here now and we have such a diverse and vibrant scene is because the scene was so like Caucasian, because it was so hard to break through. People had to just make their own thing, because it was so set in its own ways. People had to just figure something else out. And maybe without that sort of like closing of the doors, without the gatekeepers, maybe there wouldn't be a reaction and we wouldn't have what we have now. So maybe in some ways, some of the lack of diversity in lineup has actually been a benefit and a good thing. Maybe if you start to kind of play into the whole race thing, it kind of takes away from people really working hard and trying to think of clever ideas, innovative approaches, creativity in terms of pushing their thing forward. I'm not really too sure. But regardless, I'm happy to hear it. This is really good news. I can't wait to see what it's going to be like when I go eventually on the 13th. It'll be the first time I've ever been to an Unfold, so I'm really looking forward to it. Plus, I haven't been out in the club in a long time. I think this entire year, to be honest, apart from the Amsterdam trip, mostly because I've been focusing on my little fitness journey and shit. So I'm really looking forward to it. So the whole caption via Fold is: the countdown for our 100th Unfold begins. Awaiting us is a 34-hour extended celebration on May bank holiday. I'm not too sure I would last the whole 34 hours, but we'll give it a go. I actually might stream that, I may do that. Might be my first IRL stream. I don't think I can stream it. Can I stream inside? I might try. I might give it a go. And see what happens. That might be my first IRL stream, actually. I'll probably put that up on Kick. So if you're not following me on Kick, make sure you do. It's kick.com Agostino Zinga. I'll put the link in the description, but it's kick.com/Agostino Zinga. I'll probably do that my first IRL stream over there. The caption continues, but first we have our 4 more additions to bring us century dates, of which we can now be revealed. We begin our next season with a Black Artist Database curating our Sunday the 13th edition, marking the first time we've invited another collective to program at Unfold. So, I can't say Fold too white anymore, right? I can't hold up that banner because they are definitely getting the niggers involved by having a Black Artist Database take over the programming on the 13th. They have another Unfold happening on the 27th of April, another one on the 11th of May, and then another one on the 25th of May also, which is their 100th anniversary. So really looking forward to it. As always, it's always a unannounced lineup, secret lineup and shit. Not too sure if the secret lineup thing is in due partly because they want to kind of book these DJs under the table. I'm not too sure if that's a thing. I remember back in the day when I used to do parties, sometimes DJs, probably popular ones, had like a non-compete clause or something. So if they played in one place, they couldn't play another place that same weekend. So if you wanted to book them, you have to contact them directly, pay them cash in hand, and then don't put their name on the lineup. Just do like special guests or whatever, and or secret guest. So I wonder if that's why Fold do it, because they usually have a really good lineup on a Sunday. But either way, looking forward to it on the 13th. Really fucking looking forward to it on the 13th.